Hey guys, this is Darren from Hall Aquatics. Thanks for watching my video. If you would, before we get into the video, if you would like, subscribe and leave a nice comment in the comment section below. So today I'm going to talk to you about quarantining your fish or having a quarantine tank in your fish room. I've been in the hobby now for over 50 years and I'm going to share how I do it in my journey. Like I said, this is not intended as the only way to do it. It's not intended as an instructional video, but it has worked for me and I haven't lost fish in many years because I quarantine them and do it, I believe, the right way, which is my way. Anyhow, so you go and you spend some bucks on some fish. A lot of times we get them, we bring them home, we acclimate them, and we dump them into our fish tank. And the next thing you know, a lot of your fish are getting sick. Then you can wipe out your whole fish tank because you bring home some fish from a friend or from a big box store and you find out they had parasites or something going on and it can wipe out an entire fish tank. So you don't want that to happen. So set up a quarantine tank, use a 10 gallon, 20 gallon, depending on how big your fish is. Set up a quarantine tank, make sure your water's ready for new fish, and put those fish into a quarantine tank. And I'm going to show you the product that I use. Like I said, I've been doing this for 50 years. I have 45 fish tanks in my fish room. I haven't lost any fish in many years because I quarantine them. So when you quarantine your fish, follow the directions of the medication that they're using, follow the directions on the label. I usually quarantine mine for 30 to 60 days and make sure that they're healthy, they're free from any type of external or internal parasites. I make sure they're eating well, and then I will introduce them into the tank that they're going into. Now sometimes it may take several treatments to get them to where they're healthy to go into a tank. And like I said, the directions on the bottom will tell you how to do it. A lot of times you have to do several water changes. Make sure that you are not using any carbon filters when you're quarantining your fish and putting that medication in there. I use a central air pump system in my fish room, and I use mostly all sponge filters in my fish room. I do have some hang on the backs going on in some of my fish tanks because some of them are heavily stocked, and I just do it to polish the water. So I'm going to go into the fish room now and show you some of the fish that I've quarantined and how I do it. So let's go into the fish room. So these fish, I got these fish back in, as you can see, August 2019. They were fried. These are Moba frontosias, and these guys are, I think I paid almost 40 bucks a piece for these guys. There's 5 of them in here. I quarantined these guys, and as you can see, they're healthy. They're in a 55 right now, and they're going to be going into a 150 gallon tank here very soon. I have fish tanks that go from 10 gallons up to 150 gallons. Now these are the newest fish that I recently bought. I've got these guys. I got these guys last year in November, and the tank on the bottom. I just bought these guys in November. I got them at the Ohio Cichlid Association. I got them at their annual swap meet fish show that they have up in Strongville, Ohio. Bought them from a guy out of Kentucky. He's a breeder. So I quarantined these guys. These are yellow labs in here. Blue dolphins, Hatmorias, we call them electric yellows. They've been in here for a year now. They're growing very well. I haven't lost any of them. I followed the quarantine process, and I got me a yellow. She's female, she's small, she's back there holding. These guys here I just got in November. So I have some electric yellows, yellow labidochromas. I got some Hatmorias, blue dolphins in here, and I also have some ruby red peacocks in here too that I'm going to grow out, and I'm going to breed those guys. So I quarantined these fish, and they're very healthy. I'm making sure that they're healthy and they're eating good, and then I'll be able to separate them and put them into the tank that I'm going to grow them out in. So this is the product that I've used over the last several years. I use Paragard and I use GennoCure. That's the two products that I've used to quarantine my fish. It's done well for me, and just follow the directions. You may have another product that you use or recommend. I'm just sharing my journey. That's what I use. It's worked for me. Been in the hobby for over 50 years. I've been doing it for many years. Used that product and I haven't lost any fish. So this is Darren from Hall Aquatics. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comment section. When I have time, I'll answer them. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber of the channel. Again, make sure you quarantine any fish that you buy from a big box store. Get them from a friend. You buy them at you go to a swap meet or whatever like that. Quarantine them. I don't care. Even if you get them from me, I'd want you, and I do sell fish also, I'd want you to quarantine them before you put them into your tank, and you'll be good. So this is Darren with Hall Aquatics. Remember to spend time with your family. Merry Christmas. God bless. And I'll see you on the next video.